Question 1. What action should you take when you see this road sign? A. Proceed with caution. B. Stop completely, then proceed. C. Yield to traffic if present. D. Slow down and be prepared. Answers is B. Stop completely, then proceed. This is a stop sign. You must come to a complete stop behind the stop limit line, if present, or before entering the crosswalk or intersection. You must yield to all other traffic and pedestrians before proceeding. Question 2. When driving, you should use your headlights. A. Only during nighttime hours. B. When visibility is to 1,000 feet. C. When visibility is or at any time of day if conditions require. D. Only in adverse weather conditions. Answers is C. When visibility is or at any time of day if conditions require. In California, you must turn on your headlights anytime you cannot clearly see a person or vehicle from 10 feet away. This includes during rain, snow, fog, or dust storms, and from A after sunset until A before sunrise. Question 3. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. No passing on the right. B. Overtaking is prohibited. C. Merge into one lane. D. Yield to oncoming traffic. Answers is B. Overtaking is prohibited. This sign indicates no overtaking or no passing. It means you are not allowed to pass other vehicles on this section of the road. This restriction typically applies in areas where passing would be unsafe, such as blind curves or hills. Question 4. A flashing yellow traffic light means A. Stop, then proceed when safe. B. Proceed with caution. C. The traffic light is out of order. D. Slow down and be prepared to stop. Answers is B. Proceed with caution. A flashing yellow light warns you to slow down and be particularly careful. You do not need to stop, but you must be prepared to stop if necessary and yield to any pedestrians or vehicles in the intersection. Question 5. What does this road sign signify? A. Steep descent. B. Steep ascent. C. Curvy road ahead. D. Road closed. Answers is B. Steep ascent. This sign indicates a steep ascent ahead. Drivers should be aware that the road will be going uphill, which may require shifting to a lower gear or increasing engine power, especially for heavier vehicles. Question 6. If you are involved in a collision, you must report it to the within 10 days if A. Only if there is an injury. B. Only if property damage exceeds $2,000. C. Damage to property is over $1,000 or any. D. Only if the police are not called. Answers is C. Damage to property is over $1,000 or any. In California, you must report a collision to the within 10 days if there was any injury, no matter how minor, or if the person later died, or if property damage was over $10,000. This is true even if it was a minor accident or you were not at fault. Question 7. This sign means A. U-turn permitted. B. Roundabout ahead. C. Yield to traffic. D. Turn left only. Answers is B. Roundabout ahead. This sign indicates a roundabout or circular intersection ahead. When approaching a roundabout, you must yield to traffic already in the circle, drive in a direction, and exit at your desired street. Question 8. You may make a legal U-turn in all of the following situations except A. Across a double yellow line. B. In a residential district if safe. C. At a railroad crossing. D. On a divided highway if an opening is provided. Answers is C. At a railroad crossing. U-turns are illegal at railroad crossings, on a divided highway when a opening is not provided, if you cannot see 200 feet in any direction, or where a sign prohibits them. You can make a U-turn across a double yellow line if it's safe and legal. Question 9. What does this road sign indicate? A. Uneven road. B. Slippery road ahead. C. Loose gravel. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Slippery road ahead. This sign warns of a slippery road ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed, avoid sudden braking or acceleration, and increase their following distance, especially in wet or icy conditions. Question 10. When approaching a school bus with flashing red lights, you must A. Slow down and pass carefully. B. Stop only if children are visible. C. Stop regardless of your direction. D. Stop only if you are behind the bus. Answers is C. Stop regardless of your direction. You must stop from either direction when a school bus has flashing red lights. You must remain stopped until the red lights stop flashing. The only exception is if you are on the opposite side of a divided highway with a barrier. Question 11. This sign indicates a school zone. B. Pedestrian crossing. C. Children at play. D. Bus stop. Answers is B. Pedestrian crossing. This sign warns of a pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers should be alert for pedestrians entering or crossing the roadway, especially near schools, parks, and shopping areas, and be prepared to yield the. Question 12. Blind spots are areas around your vehicle that you cannot see using your mirrors. But to check your blind spots, you should A. Adjust your mirrors further. B. Turn your head and look over your shoulder. C. Speed up to clear the blind spot. D. Honk your horn. Answers is B. Turn your head and look over your shoulder. Even with properly adjusted mirrors, there are areas around your vehicle that you cannot see. Always turn your head and look over your shoulder before changing lanes or making turns to ensure no vehicle or cyclist is in your blind spot. Question 13. What does this sign mean? A. No left turn. B. No U-turn. C. No right turn. D. Roundabout ahead. Answers is B. No U-turn. This sign indicates no. You are prohibited from making a U-turn at this location. U-turns are restricted for safety reasons where visibility is limited or traffic conditions make them dangerous. Question 14. You are driving on a freeway. The car ahead of you is tailgating another vehicle. You should A. Speed up to create space. B. Increase your following distance. C. Pass the tailgating car immediately. D. Signal the car to back off. Answers is B. Increase your following distance. If the car ahead of you is tailgating, they may have to brake suddenly. By increasing your following distance, you give yourself more time and space to react safely if the car ahead stops abruptly, preventing a potential chain reaction collision. Question 15. This sign tells drivers A. Proceed straight. B. Turn right. C. Turn left. D. No right turn. Answers is B. Turn right. This is a turn right mandatory sign. It indicates that all traffic must turn right at the upcoming intersection or junction. This sign is typically used to direct traffic flow or to indicate a required turn from a specific lane. Question 16. In California, when is it legal to turn right on a red light? A. Always, as long as the intersection is clear. B. When there's a right turn on red permitted sign. C. After stopping completely and yielding to, unless prohibited by a sign. D. Only between certain hours. Answers is C. After stopping completely and yielding to, unless prohibited by a sign. In California, you may turn right on a red light after coming to a complete stop and yielding to all traffic and pedestrians, unless a no turn on red sign is posted. Ensure the path is clear before proceeding. Question 17. What does this road sign warn of? A. Uneven road. B. Road hump or bump. C. D. Steep descent. Answers is B. Road hump or bump. This sign warns of a hump or bump in the road. These can be speed humps, speed bumps, or other raised areas in the road. Drivers should reduce their speed to avoid discomfort or damage to their vehicle. Question 18. You should signal your intention to turn at least feet before the turn. A. 50 feet. B. 100 feet. C. 200 feet. D. When you begin braking. Answers is B. 100 feet. California law requires you to signal at least 100 feet before making a turn. This gives other drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians enough time to react to your intended movement and helps prevent collisions. Question 19. This sign indicates A. No parking. B. No stopping. C. Stop ahead. D. Yield. Answers is B. No stopping. This sign means no stopping. You are not allowed to stop your vehicle at all in this area, even momentarily, except to obey a traffic sign, signal, or officer, or to avoid conflicts with other traffic. Question 20. When are you allowed to drive in a bicycle lane? A. When passing a slow vehicle. B. To make a right turn not more than 200 feet. C. When traffic is slow. D. Never. Answers is B. To make a right turn, not more than 200 feet. In California, you may drive in a bicycle lane for no more than 200 feet before making a right turn. You may also enter it to park where permitted or to the roadway. Otherwise, bicycle lanes are for bicycles. Question 21. What does this road sign indicate? A. School zone ahead. B. Children at play or crossing. C. Playground nearby. D. Center. Answers is B. Children at play or crossing. This sign warns of children in the area, typically near schools, playgrounds, or residential zones. Drivers should reduce speed and be extra vigilant for children who may dart into the street unexpectedly. Question 22. If you are being, the best thing to do is A. Brake suddenly to deter them. B. Increase your following distance from the car ahead. C. Speed up to get away. D. Honk your horn at them. Answers is B. Increase your following distance from the car ahead. To avoid a collision if the car ahead brakes suddenly, you should increase your following distance. If the tailgater still persists, consider safely changing lanes or gently reducing your speed to encourage them to pass. Question 23. This sign means you must A. Turn right, B. Proceed straight, C. Turn left, D. Stop. Answers is B. Proceed straight. This sign is a proceed straight mandatory sign. It means that traffic in the lane displaying this sign is required to continue straight ahead at the upcoming intersection or road segment. No turns are permitted from this lane. Question 24. You are driving on a road with 2 lanes in your direction. You should generally drive in which lane? A. The left lane for faster traffic. B. The right lane and use the left for passing. C. Either lane, it does not matter. D. The lane with the least traffic. Answers is B. The right lane and use the left for passing. In California, and generally, if there are 2 or more lanes in your direction, you should drive in the rightmost lane and use the left lane primarily for passing other vehicles. This helps maintain smooth traffic flow. Question 25. What does this sign indicate? A. Left curve. B. Dangerous curve to the right. C. Winding road. D. Sharp turn ahead. Answers is B. Dangerous curve to the right. This sign warns of a dangerous curve to the right ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed before entering the curve and be prepared for the change in road direction to maintain control of the vehicle safely. Question 26. When parking downhill on A street with a curb, your front wheels should be turned. A. The center of the road. B. Straight ahead. C. The curb. D. Away from the curb. Answers is C. The curb. When parking downhill with a curb, turn your front wheels towards the curb. If your brakes fail, the car will roll into the curb and stop, preventing it from rolling into traffic or further down the hill. Question 27. This sign means A. Yield ahead. B. Do not enter. C. One way. D. No U-turn. Answers is B. Do not enter. This do not enter sign prohibits all traffic from entering the roadway or area where the sign is posted. It is typically found at exits of one-way streets or freeways to prevent driving. Question 28. You are driving at night and a car is approaching with its high beams on. You should A. Turn on your high beams. B. Look to the right edge of your lane. C. Flash your high beams repeatedly. D. Cover your eyes completely. Answers is B. Look to the right edge of your lane. To avoid being blinded by oncoming high beams, you should look toward the right edge of your lane. This helps you avoid the direct glare while still allowing you to stay in your lane. Do not stare into the lights. Question 29. What does this road sign indicate? A. Detour ahead. B. Road work ahead. C. Rough road. D. Traffic congestion. Answers is B. Road work ahead. This sign indicates road works ahead. Drivers should be prepared for construction zones, which may include speed limits, changed lane configurations, workers in the roadway, and construction vehicles. Drive with caution. Question 30. Before changing lanes on a freeway, you should A. Only check your side mirror. B. Check your mirrors, turn your head, and signal. C. Speed up quickly to merge. D. Honk to alert other drivers. Answers is B. Check your mirrors, turn your head, and signal. Always perform a thorough check before changing lanes. Check your mirror, side mirrors, and then turn your head to check your blind spot. Finally, signal your intention well in advance to alert other drivers. Question 31. This sign indicates a drawbridge ahead, B, railway crossing, C, railway crossing, D, tunnel ahead. Answers is B, railway crossing. This sign warns of a railway crossing ahead. Be prepared to stop if a train is approaching or if the crossing gates are down or flashing. Never try to beat a train. Question 32. To avoid moves, you should look down the road at least A, 5 seconds ahead, B, seconds ahead, C, seconds ahead, D, as far as you can see. Answers is B, seconds ahead. By looking 10 to 15 seconds ahead, you can identify potential hazards, anticipate changes in traffic, and make necessary adjustments to your speed and lane position, allowing for smoother and safer driving. Question 33. What does this sign mean? A, no passing, B, one-way road, C, divided highway, D, two-way traffic. Answers is B, one-way road. This sign indicates a one-way road. All traffic on this road must travel in the same direction by the arrow. This helps in managing traffic flow and reducing congestion and collisions. Question 34. When sharing the road with a motorcyclist, you should A, assume they will react quickly, B, drive closer to observe them, C, allow them a full lane width, D, share the lane if there is space. Answers is C, allow them a full lane width. Motorcyclists have the same rights and as other drivers. They are entitled to a full lane width. Never try to share a lane with a motorcycle. Doing so can be extremely dangerous for them. Question 35. This sign warns of A, road narrows, B, strong side wind, C, rough road, D, falling rocks. Answers is B, strong side wind. This sign warns of side wind ahead. Strong crosswinds can affect vehicle stability, especially for larger vehicles or those with trailers. Drivers should grip the steering wheel firmly and be prepared to correct their vehicle's path. Question 36. If your vehicle starts to hydroplane, you should A, brake hard and steer sharply, B, ease off the gas and steer straight, C, accelerate to gain traction, D, turn off the engine. Answers is B, ease off the gas and steer straight. Hydroplaning occurs when your tires lose contact with the road due to water. To regain control, ease your foot off the accelerator, keep your steering wheel straight, and avoid braking until your tires regain traction. Question 37. What does this sign mean for commercial vehicles? A, commercial vehicles only, B, no entry for goods vehicles, C, truck stop ahead, D, weight limit. Answers is B, no entry for goods vehicles. This sign prohibits the entry of goods vehicles or trucks. It's often used on roads or areas not suitable for heavy commercial traffic, such as residential streets or historical districts. All other vehicles may pass. Question 38. When are you required to use your turn signals? A, only when other cars are present. B, when changing lanes, turning, or slowing down suddenly. C, only when making a turn at an intersection. D, when entering or exiting a freeway. Answers is B, when changing lanes, turning, or slowing down suddenly. You must signal anytime you change lanes, turn, merge, or pull to the side of the road. Even if you don't see other vehicles, signaling is crucial as a pedestrian, cyclist, or another vehicle could be in your blind spot. Question 39. This sign warns drivers of A. Road narrows, B. Embankment or quayside ahead, C. Bridge ahead, D. Tunnel ahead. Answers is B. Embankment or quayside ahead. This sign warns of an embankment or quayside ahead, meaning the road is near a body of water or a drop-off. Drivers should be cautious to prevent their vehicle from veering off the road into the water or over the edge. Question 40. What is the rule used for A. Determining when to merge, B. Maintaining a safe following distance, C. Checking blind spots, D. Estimating stopping distance? Answers is B. Maintaining a safe following distance. The rule helps you maintain a safe following distance. Choose a fixed object ahead. When the vehicle in front passes it, count. If you reach the object before finishing, you are too close. Question 41. What does this sign mean? A. Loading zone, B. No parking, C. No stopping, D. Parking for limited time. Answers is B. No parking. This sign means no parking. You may stop to load or unload passengers or freight, but you cannot leave your vehicle unattended. This differs from no stopping, where you cannot stop at all. Question 42. When entering a freeway, you should A. Stop and wait for an opening, B. Accelerate to the speed of traffic and merge safely, C. Merge immediately regardless of speed, D. Wait for traffic to clear completely. Answers is B. Accelerate to the speed of traffic and merge safely. Use the acceleration lane to match the speed of freeway traffic before merging. Look for an opening, use your signal, and merge safely without stopping or forcing other drivers to brake. Question 43. This sign indicates A. Hump ahead, B. Uneven road ahead, C. D. Rough pavement. Answers is B. Uneven road ahead. This sign warns of an uneven road ahead. The road surface may have dips, bumps, or that could cause discomfort or loss of control if driven over at high speed. Reduce your speed and be prepared for changing conditions. Question 44. You're driving in fog, you should use your A. High beam headlights, B. Low beam headlights, C. Parking lights only, D. Hazard lights. Answers is B. Low beam headlights. In fog, use your low beam headlights. High beams reflect off the fog and make visibility worse. Fog lights, if equipped, can also be used with low beams for better visibility. Slow down significantly. Question 45. What does this road sign signify? A. Turn right or left, B. Proceed straight or right, C. No left turn, D. Right turn only. Answers is B. Proceed straight or right. This sign is a proceed straight or right mandatory sign. It indicates that traffic in the lane displaying this sign has the option to either go straight or turn right at the upcoming intersection or junction. Question 46. When driving past a parked car on the side of the road, you should A. Drive as close as possible, B. Allow extra space and watch for opening doors, C. Honk your horn, D. Speed up to pass quickly. Answers is B. Allow extra space and watch for opening doors. Always allow extra room when passing parked cars. A door could open suddenly, or a pedestrian could step out. Slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary. This is especially true near schools or busy areas. Question 47. This sign indicates A. Pedestrian crossing, B. Cyclists leaving or entering, C. No bicycles, D. Bike lane ahead. Answers is B. Cyclists leaving or entering. This sign warns of cyclists the roadway. Drivers should be aware that bicycles may be present and entering the traffic flow or crossing the road. Be prepared to yield the. Question 48. It is illegal to leave a child unattended in a vehicle if A. The child is older than 8 years. B. The child is under 6 years old and no supervision. C. The child is asleep. D. The windows are open. Answers is B. The child is under 6 years old and no supervision. In California, it is illegal to leave a child under 6 years old unattended in a motor vehicle if conditions pose a significant risk to the child's health or safety, e.g., heat, cold, lack of ventilation, or if the vehicle's engine is running. Question 49. What does this sign mean? A. Steep ascent, B. Steep descent, C. Curvy road, D. Road closed. Answers is B. Steep descent. This sign indicates a steep descent ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed, potentially downshift to a lower gear, and use brakes carefully to avoid overheating them and maintain control of the vehicle. Question 50. When driving in heavy rain, you should A. Use your cruise control, B. Slow down and increase following distance, C. Turn on your high beams, D. Follow closely behind large trucks. Answers is B. Slow down and increase following distance. Heavy rain reduces visibility and makes roads slippery, increasing the risk of hydroplaning. Slow down significantly, increase your following distance, and use your low beam headlights and wipers. Avoid cruise control. Question 51. This sign indicates a stop, B. Give way, yield, C. No entry, D. Slow down. Answers is B. Give way, yield. This is a give way or yield sign. You must slow down and be prepared to stop, yielding to vehicles and pedestrians on the intersecting road or traffic flow before proceeding safely. Question 52. What is the primary purpose of seat belts? A. To keep you comfortable. B. To prevent ejection and reduce injury in a crash. C. To alert airbags to deploy. D. To keep you positioned to reach controls. Answers is B. To prevent ejection and reduce injury in a crash. Seat belts are designed to keep you securely in your seat during a collision, preventing you from being thrown around inside the vehicle or ejected, which significantly reduces the risk of serious injury or death. It is California law to wear them. Question 53. What does this road sign mean? A. Turn left, B. No left turn, C. U-turn permitted, D. One-way street. Answers is B. No left turn. This sign indicates no left turn. You are prohibited from making a left turn at the intersection or roadway where this sign is posted. Look for alternative routes or instructions for making the desired direction change. Question 54. A pedestrian crossing the street at a corner without a crosswalk, Even if illegal, has the A. Never. B. Only if they are already in your lane. C. Only if you can stop safely. D. Always. Answers is B. Only if they are already in your lane. Even if a pedestrian is jaywalking or crossing illegally, you must still yield to them if they are in your path. It is always better to prevent a collision, regardless of who is at fault. Question 55. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. Slippery road. B. Loose gravel or stone materials. C. Uneven road. D. Falling rocks. Answers is B. Loose gravel or stone materials. This sign warns of loose gravel or loose stone on the road. Drivers should reduce speed to avoid losing traction and be cautious of flying rocks that could damage their vehicle or others. Question 56. If your gas pedal sticks, you should A. Pump the pedal quickly. B. Shift to neutral and apply brakes. C. Turn off the engine immediately. D. Hold the pedal down until it releases. Answers is B. Shift to neutral and apply brakes. If your gas pedal sticks, shift to neutral or depress the clutch in A manual. This will disengage the engine from the wheels. Then apply the brakes to slow down and pull over safely. Turn off the ignition only once you are safely stopped. Question 57. This sign indicates A. Proceed straight. B. Turn right. C. Turn left. D. No left turn. Answers is C. Turn left. This is a turn left mandatory sign. It means that all traffic in the lane or at the location displaying this sign must turn left at the upcoming intersection or junction, directing the flow of traffic. Question 58. When you encounter a flashing red traffic light, you should A. Proceed with caution. B. Stop completely, then proceed when safe. C. Treat it as a stop sign, but only if others stop. D. Slow down and be prepared to stop. Answers is B. Stop completely, then proceed when safe. A flashing red light should be treated like a stop sign. You must come to a complete stop, and then proceed when it is safe and you have yielded to all crossing traffic and pedestrians. It a potential hazard. Question 59. What does this road sign warn of? A. Divided highway begins. B. Road narrows on both sides. C. Bridge ahead. D. Lane ends. Answers is B. Road narrows on both sides. This sign warns that the road narrows on both sides ahead. Drivers should be aware that the available road width will decrease, requiring increased caution and potentially a reduction in speed to maintain safe lane positioning. Question 60. You're driving on a one-way street and want to turn left. From which lane should you turn? A. Any lane as long as you signal. B. The lane closest to the left curb. C. The lane closest to the right curb. D. The center lane. Answers is B. The lane closest to the left curb. When turning left from a one-way street, you should always start your turn from the lane closest to the left curb. This ensures you make the turn safely and efficiently without cutting across other lanes of traffic. Question 61. This sign warns of A. B. Falling rocks. C. Steep cliff. D. Uneven road. Answers is B. Falling rocks. This sign warns of falling rocks or rock slides ahead. Drivers should be vigilant for debris on the roadway and potential falling rocks from the adjacent terrain. Drive cautiously and be prepared to take evasive action. Question 62. When can you legally block an intersection? A. When traffic is heavy. B. Never. C. If you are making a left turn. D. When a traffic officer directs you. Answers is B. Never. It is illegal and unsafe to enter an intersection unless you can clear it completely without stopping, even if the light is green. Blocking an intersection, often called gridlock, impedes an emergency vehicles. Question 63. What does this sign mean? A. Speed limits for each lane. B. Of movement in lanes. C. Lane ends. D. Emergency lane. Answers is B. Of movement in lanes. This sign shows the of movement in lanes. It indicates which turns or movements are permitted from specific lanes ahead, helping drivers choose the correct lane for their intended path before an intersection. Question 64. If you are driving and suddenly a tire blows out, you should A. Brake hard immediately. B. Grip the wheel firmly, ease off gas, steer straight. C. Accelerate to maintain control. D. Turn on your hazard lights and stop instantly. Answers is B. Grip the wheel firmly, ease off gas, steer straight. In case of a tire blowout, grip the steering wheel firmly with both hands, ease off the accelerator, and steer straight ahead. Do not brake hard. Allow the car to slow down, then gently apply brakes to pull off the road safely. Question 65. This sign indicates A. No commercial vehicles. B. No entry for motor vehicles. C. Pedestrian zone. D. Minimum speed. Answers is B. No entry for motor vehicles. This sign means no entry for motor vehicles. It prohibits cars, trucks, and motorcycles from entering the area. This typically applies to pedestrian zones, bicycle paths, or restricted access areas. Question 66. When parallel parking, your vehicle should be within how many inches of the curb? A. 18 inches. B. Within 18 inches. C. 12 inches. D. 24 inches. Answers is B. Within 18 inches. In California, when parallel parking, your vehicle must be positioned with the wheels or left on a one-way street within 18 inches of the curb. This ensures you do not obstruct traffic flow. Question 67. What does this sign mean? A. Hump ahead. B. Ahead. C. Uneven road. D. Roadworks. Answers is B. Ahead. This sign warns of in the roadway. Drivers should be aware that the road surface is damaged and may contain depressions or holes that could damage tires or suspension if hit at speed. Reduce speed and proceed with caution. Question 68. When approaching a railroad crossing with no warning devices and you cannot see 400 feet down the tracks in one direction, the speed limit is A. 35, B. 15, C. 25, D. 55. Answers is B. 15. In California, the speed limit is 15 when you are within 100 feet of a railroad crossing, where you cannot see the tracks for 400 feet in both directions, and there are no warning devices or gates. This ensures you can stop safely. Question 69. This sign indicates A. Pass on the left. B. Pass obstacle on the right. C. Road narrows. D. Merging traffic. Answers is B, pass obstacle on the right. This sign means pass obstacle on the right. It is typically placed at a median, traffic island, or other obstruction to indicate that traffic should keep to the right side of the obstacle. You must not pass on the left. Question 70. It is illegal to use a cell phone for texting or talking without a hands-free device while driving, unless A, you are pulled over on the shoulder, B, you are making an emergency call, C, you are stopped at a red light, D, you are stuck in traffic. Answers is B, you are making an emergency call. California law prohibits drivers from using a handheld wireless telephone or texting device while operating a motor vehicle. The only exception is for emergency situations, such as calling 911 or another emergency service. Question 71. What does this sign mean? A, stop ahead, B, priority road, C, yield ahead, D, end of priority. Answers is B, priority road. This sign indicates a priority road or main road. Drivers on this road have the over traffic entering from side roads, which typically have give way or stop signs, the sign that you have priority. Question 72. When changing lanes, you should check your blind spots by A, relying on your side mirrors, B, turning your head and looking over your shoulder, C, using your mirror only, D, asking a passenger to check. Answers is B, turning your head and looking over your shoulder. Alone do not show everything. To ensure the lane is clear, especially from motorcycles or smaller vehicles, always turn your head and quickly glance over your shoulder in the direction you plan to move. Question 73. This sign indicates A, minimum speed, B, maximum speed limit, C, recommended speed, D, end of speed limit. Answers is B, maximum speed limit. This sign indicates a maximum speed limit. The number shown e.g. 50 is the highest speed at which you are legally allowed to drive under ideal conditions. You must not exceed this speed. Question 74. To make a right turn, you should start in the lane closest to the right curb and end in A, the left lane of the new road, B, the lane closest to the right curb of the new road, C, any safe lane of the new road, D, the center lane. Answers is B, the lane closest to the right curb of the new road. When making a right turn, always start and end in the lane closest to the right curb. This ensures a smooth and safe turn, minimizes potential conflicts with other vehicles, and follows standard driving procedures. Question 75. What does this sign indicate? A, single track crossing, B, railway crossing, C, train station, D, light rail crossing. Answers is B, railway crossing. This sign warns of a railway crossing ahead, meaning there is more than one set of train tracks. Drivers should exercise extreme caution and ensure all tracks are clear before crossing, as a second train could be approaching. Question 76. If you plan to turn beyond an intersection, you should A, signal just before the intersection, B, signal after you pass the intersection, C, signal 100 feet before the intersection, D, not signal at all. Answers is B, signal after you pass the intersection. If your turn is immediately after an intersection, signal only after you have entered the intersection. Signaling too early might confuse other drivers, making them think you intend to turn at the intersection itself. Question 77. This sign indicates A. End of freeway, B. Motorway expressway, C. Toll road, D. High occupancy vehicle lane. Answers is B. Motorway expressway. This sign indicates the beginning of a motorway or expressway. These roads typically have higher speed limits, limited access, and are designed for traffic. Drivers should be prepared for freeway driving conditions. Question 78. When approaching a stopped emergency vehicle with flashing lights, you must A. Speed up to pass quickly, B. Move to an adjacent lane and slow down, C. Maintain speed and lane if safe, D. Honk to signal your approach. Answers is B. Move to an adjacent lane and slow down. California's move over law requires drivers to move to an adjacent lane, if safe to do so, and slow down when approaching a stopped emergency vehicle, tow truck, or vehicle with flashing lights. If you cannot move over, slow down significantly. Question 79. What does this sign indicate? A. Stop ahead, B. Traffic light ahead, C. Yield ahead, D. Intersection ahead. Answers is B. Traffic light ahead. This sign warns of a traffic light ahead. Drivers should be prepared to stop or slow down, depending on the signal indication, and proceed cautiously through the intersection. It gives advance notice of control. Question 80. To avoid a head-on collision, you should A. Steer left towards the shoulder, B. Steer right toward the shoulder or ditch, C. Brake hard and stay in your lane, D. Accelerate to outrun the oncoming vehicle. Answers is B. Steer right toward the shoulder or ditch. If an oncoming vehicle swerves into your lane, steer right towards the shoulder or ditch. It is generally safer to hit a soft shoulder than to risk a head-on collision. Do not steer into the opposing lane of traffic. Question 81. This sign means A. No U-turn, B. No entry for all vehicles, C. One-way, D. Divided highway. Answers is B. No entry for all vehicles. This sign, no entry for all vehicles or movement prohibited, that no vehicles are allowed to enter the roadway or area where the sign is displayed. It is a comprehensive prohibition against vehicle access. Question 82. What is the speed limit in a business or residential district unless otherwise posted? A. 35, B. 25, C. 15, D. 45. Answers is B. 25. In California, the basic speed limit in a business or residential district is 25 unless a different speed is posted. Always be prepared for pedestrians and vehicles entering or exiting driveways. Question 83. What does this road sign indicate? A. Pass on left only, B. Pass obstacle on either side, C. Divided highway begins, D. Two-way traffic. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on either side. This sign means pass obstacle on either side. It indicates that traffic can safely pass through obstruction like a traffic island or median on either the left or the right side, depending on the traffic situation and lane availability. Question 84. When are you allowed to pass a vehicle on the right? A. Whenever the left lane is blocked. B. If the vehicle ahead is turning left and there is room. C. On a highway at any time, D. Only if there are 3 or more lanes. Answers is B. If the vehicle ahead is turning left and there is room. You may pass on the right only when an open highway has 2 or more lanes of traffic moving in your direction, or when the driver ahead of you is turning left and you have enough room to pass without driving off the roadway. Question 85. This sign indicates A. Maximum speed, B. Recommended speed, C. Minimum speed, D. Speed limit ahead. Answers is B. Recommended speed. This sign indicates a recommended speed for the upcoming section of road, usually a curve or winding section. It is not a mandatory speed limit, but a suggestion for safe travel under ideal conditions. Drivers should adjust their speed as needed. Question 86. If you are caught driving without a valid California driver's license, your vehicle may be impounded for A. 15 days, B. 30 days, C. 7 days, D. 60 days. Answers is B. 30 days. In California, if you are caught driving without a valid driver's license or with an invalid license, your vehicle can be impounded by law enforcement for 30 days. This is a significant penalty, highlighting the importance of proper licensing. Question 87. What does this sign indicate? A. Farm animals, B. Wild animals crossing, C. Pet crossing, D. Zoo nearby. Answers is B. Wild animals crossing. This sign warns of wild frequently crossing the road in the area. Drivers should be extra cautious, especially at dawn and dusk, reduce speed, and be prepared to brake or react to animals suddenly entering the roadway. Question 88. When can you legally make a left turn against a red light? A. Never. B. From a one-way street onto a one-way street. C. After stopping and yielding to all traffic. D. If there is no oncoming traffic. Answers is B. From a one-way street onto a one-way street. In California, you may make a left turn against a red light only when turning from a one-way street onto another one-way street. You must first stop and yield to pedestrians and. Question 89. This sign means A. Children crossing, B. Pedestrian crossing ahead, C. School zone, D. Walkers only. Answers is B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign indicates a pedestrian crossing ahead. It serves as an advance warning to drivers that they are approaching an area where pedestrians are expected to cross the road, often marked by painted lines or a signal. Be ready to yield. Question 90. If your vehicle breaks down on the freeway, you should A. Stay in your car with hazards off. B. Pull off the road, turn on hazards, stay inside. C. Try to fix it on the shoulder. D. Walk to the nearest emergency phone. Answers is B. Pull off the road, turn on hazards, stay inside. If your vehicle breaks down, pull completely off the road if possible. Turn on your hazard lights. Stay inside your vehicle with your on and wait for help. Walking on the freeway is very dangerous. Question 91. What does this sign warn of? A. Strong crosswinds, B. Low-flying aircraft, C. Airport nearby, D. Air traffic control. Answers is B. Low-flying aircraft. This sign warns of low-flying aircraft. It is typically placed near airports or airstrips where aircraft may fly at low altitudes, potentially causing noise or distraction for drivers. Remain focused on the road. Question 92. You are driving at night and want to turn right. You should A. Use high beams until the turn. B. Use low beams and signal, watching for pedestrians. C. Flash your brights to alert others. D. Turn off your headlights before the turn. Answers is B. Use low beams and signal, watching for pedestrians. Always use your low beams at night for turns, as high beams can blind oncoming drivers or pedestrians. Signal your turn, slow down, and carefully watch for pedestrians or cyclists who may be less visible in the dark. Question 93. This sign indicates A. No U-turn. B. Place for C. Left turn only. D. Roundabout. Answers is B. Place for. This sign marks a place for. It indicates a specific location where making a U-turn is permitted, often at an intersection or a break in a divided highway, providing a and safe spot to reverse direction. Question 94. What does a broken yellow line on the road mean? A. No passing allowed. B. Passing is allowed if safe. C. You must stay in your lane. D. Traffic is moving in the same direction. Answers is B. Passing is allowed if safe. A broken yellow line separates two-way traffic. You may pass another vehicle if it is safe to do so. There is no oncoming traffic, and you complete the pass before reaching a solid yellow line or other hazard. Question 95. What does this sign mean? A. No trucks. B. No entry for vehicles with trailers. C. Parking. D. Trailer parking. Answers is B. No entry for vehicles with trailer. This sign prohibits vehicles with a trailer. It is typically used on roads or areas where the maneuverability of a vehicle towing a trailer would be restricted or dangerous, such as narrow roads or tight turns. Question 96. You should check your tires regularly for A. Brand and color. B. Proper inflation, wear and damage. C. Shine and cleanliness. D. Date of manufacture only. Answers is B. Proper inflation, wear and damage. Regular tire checks for proper inflation, tread wear using the penny test, and any signs of damage like cracks or bulges are crucial for safety and fuel efficiency. Or damaged tires can lead to blowouts or loss of control. Question 97. This sign indicates A. Yield to oncoming. B. Priority over oncoming traffic. C. Two-way traffic. D. No passing. Answers is B. Priority over oncoming traffic. This sign indicates priority over oncoming traffic. It means that you have the over vehicles coming from the opposite direction, typically on a narrow bridge or road segment where only one direction can proceed at a time. Question 98. What should you do if your brakes fail? A. Pump the brake pedal and shift to neutral. B. Pump the brake pedal, shift to lower gear, use parking brake. C. Turn off the engine immediately. D. Steer into traffic to slow down. Answers is B. Pump the brake pedal, shift to lower gear, use parking brake. If your brakes fail, pump the brake pedal hard and fast to build up pressure. Shift to a lower gear to use engine braking. If necessary, use the parking brake gently, releasing and applying to avoid locking the wheels. Look for a safe place to stop. Question 99. What does this sign warn drivers about? A. Road work ahead. B. Traffic congestion. C. Detour ahead. D. Narrow road. Answers is B, traffic congestion. This sign warns of traffic congestion ahead. Drivers should be prepared for slower speeds, stop-and-go traffic, and increased braking. It encourages drivers to maintain a safe following distance and be patient. Question 100. If you are involved in a traffic collision, you must A. Leave a note and drive away if minor. B. Stop, render aid, and exchange info. C. Only call the police if someone is injured. D. Move your vehicle immediately. Answers is B. Stop, render aid, and exchange info. By law, if involved in a collision, you must stop immediately, provide reasonable assistance to anyone injured, and exchange driver's license, vehicle registration, and insurance information with other parties. Call 911 if there are or significant damage.